So with April coming around the corner, there being 4 boxing events. That is right, we're getting 4 boxing events. We are getting Creator Clash on April 15th, and then we're getting DAZN Misfits 6 on the 21st. After that, the Kingpin tournament the next day, literally on the 22nd. And also Davis versus Garcia on the 22nd as well, same day as the Kingpin. And since, Creator Clash is the one that's going to come up first, you'd assume that they are doing, some sort of promotion, or they're going to try and put out their event more. And they are. Just not the kind of attention that they were looking for. Let's just jump right into it. If you haven't heard the news, basically Creator Clash 2 is around the corner, and Froggy Fresh decided to do some type of promotion. Or not promotion, but just, sort of poking fun at his opponent. And his opponent is Chris Ray-Gun. And from my understanding, Chris Ray-Gun and Nisa, which is one of the people in charge of Creator Clash 2, and also the girlfriend of iDubbbz, had some sort of history before. I believe they used to do a podcast together, but there's a bit of history, and Froggy Fresh decided to poke some fun at it by posting this.
There seems to be substantial evidence that Chris Ray-Gun is now on Adderall. Yo, young man. Amphetamines couldn't save Hitler, and they can't save you either. On April 15th, if I don't hurt you beyond what anybody could have imagined, I will be so disappointed in myself that I will subscribe to Anissa's OnlyFans.
And yeah, just a simple little joke, alright, towards the end of the video, where if he says if he doesn't beat him, he has to subscribe to Anissa's OnlyFans. Simple as that. I mean, it's barely even trash talk. It's pretty weak compared to the other stuff that is said in Misfits or any other boxing event. So, what's the big deal? Well, pretty much the response, really. Let's see what first happened after this.
Guess what, Internet? I got even more news for you. Something I didn't even say about last night. Anissa's mom also made another tweet at me. She tweeted, "Classic case of brain damage. Better have that looked at, along with your obviously shrunken balls." First off, when I did hit my head on them monkey bars, yeah, I did get hurt a little bit. But when I got the scan done, they said I was still smart. Second off, as far as with that second thing that you said about my privates, you have got to clean up your language. That is not good to be talking like that.
So first off, because of this video right here, Anissa's mom, who, mind you, has history on being the internet, so she isn't some boomer, because it came out in an article that she used to moderate Anissa's chat, and I would not be surprised if she still did to this day. But she was running her mouth and saying all kinds of stuff about Froggy Fresh. Froggy Fresh then decided to clap back and sort of clown on her for starting shit, and then she deletes her account mysteriously, and then shortly thereafter, he gets kicked off the card. That's right, just kicked. No warning, no phone call, no message, just kicked by an email and a post.
If Ian would have sent me a message and been like, "Hey, Froggy," if Ian would have been like, "Froggy, I don't appreciate you subscribing to Anissa's OnlyFans," I would be like, "Oh, my bad." But nobody, Ian didn't reach out to me. It was like, hey, he didn't reach out to me and let me know that Anissa's OnlyFans was fucking off limits. So if he would have gave me that message or called me, we could have had a long talk here about that situation, then that could have been cleared up. But that didn't happen. I just got a text I responded to, and then nothing else after that. Really, they want to know the main reason I even made them responses? Because I wanted to draw attention to what I knew was already happening. Because I had this gut feeling that I was about to get kicked out. So once I seen Anissa's mom talking about it public, I was like, oh shit, they're about to kick me out. Look at how Anissa's mom is already talking about me. I wanted people to see the tone of how things were ran right there. So I just wanted to get ahead of, because I was like, oh, I got a feeling they're about to kick me out because they're acting weird. I didn't get no text response from Justin Tracy. And I was like, look at Anissa's mom already talking about kicking out the imp. I was like, look, that was the main reason I wanted to show that, because I was like, look, this is the tone that they're about to kick me out with.
And yeah, you knew the decision had been made. When you saw that, was that before or after you made the OnlyFans tweet, Froggy?
After I seen that, I retweet. After I seen like hope it's about replacing the imp, I already knew like, oh, they're kicking me out.
And then
so I just retweeted it. I retweeted it with the OnlyFans comment about Ido's being a pimp because like I knew like, oh, they're kicking me out anyways. Like fuck me.
So shortly after this was announced, Keem and a couple other commentators did a Twitter space along with Froggy Fresh and Sam Hyde, and basically gave their thoughts and tried to come up with explanations as to why he was kicked, as supposedly there was no real reason as to why, just that he was kicked, and that the supposed reason, which I'm putting it up on the screen, didn't really make any sense at all. Not to mention, also, later on in the Twitter space, Harley, one of the people fighting in the Creatorclash 2, and who was also in the first one, sort of did damage control for iDubbbz and Anissa as he came in there hot-headed and basically made a complete ass of himself trying to defend iDubbbz and Anissa. JD then later got involved in the Twitter space as he said that he would personally donate 100k to any charity that the Creatorclash was using if they put Froggy Fresh back. So yeah, not only was there outrage for Froggy Fresh to come back, but also money on the line for charity as well. So shortly after the Twitter space had ended, Anissa went private, and I guess fans started trying to DMCA take down the Creatorclash Twitter, which luckily it came back up, but it was gone for a while. And also, some of the fighters who were on the card came out and defended iDubbbz and Anissa and said that Froggy was basically crazy and scummy for trying to use money and with charity against them to try and get back on the card, which no, that wasn't the case at all. Also, there were some YouTubers saying that they would refund their tickets and that they're no longer going to the event, which honestly ultimately sucks, as the majority of the money that's coming in for this event, like the ticket sales, the pay-per-views, are mainly going to charity, so it's really less money going to charity than it is going into iDubbbz's pockets. Now, with all that being said, Creatorclash finally responded. Yes, they responded on March 28th, which at the time of this recording was basically yesterday, or a couple of hours ago, and would you guess it? This is what they put out. Oh man, this is just... so you can just smell the PR from this tweet alone, from this statement, and first off, let's just break it down, shall we? So first off, already, there's a big problem, alright? You know what the big problem is? I want you to pause the video and read it and tell me what the problem is. I'll give you a couple seconds. Did you find it? I already did. It didn't take that long. You see, it says here that they're here to clarify, that this is being made to clarify why they kicked out Froggy Fresh. Yet they don't give out the reason. They never give out the reason. Hell, Froggy doesn't even know why he was kicked, nor his team know why he was kicked. And yeah, this is really just some PR bullshit, and the only people who truly know why he was kicked was iDubbbz and Anissa. And again, they are not talking. They're staying quiet, which is just sad to see, man. It's sad to see.
I say how incredibly frustrating it is for like me, Moist Critical, Philip DeFranco. Yeah, Philip DeFranco's still here, who's also covered the story. All the commentators, Nicholas Diorio, whoever. Do you know how frustrating it is for us trying to cover this story, represent all sides, when iDubbbz and Anissa are not speaking? There's this weird AI generated like statement on the Creatorclash, right? And then you have Harley and Dad speaking for the company, and they're just getting destroyed. So it's like, what actually is their position? What is their point? What exactly did Froggy do that was so wrong? Like, we're not getting details. We're getting this weird, like, you know when a YouTuber's in trouble and they put out some generic statement online like it's going to help anything? That's what we're getting, some PR weird shit. It's like, we need real people. You know, iDubbbz built an entire fucking, you know, millions and millions of fans based on being a YouTuber, connecting with the audience. And we have this issue and he's not speaking, and we need him to speak.
Yeah, I think based on what Harley said, I think the two issues are his OnlyFans comment and then responding to the mom in general, because that somehow like doxes the mom's name or something like that. So I guess that's the reason. I think that's I think that's ridiculous, but that's all I can kind of get. And their new statement doesn't really answer any questions. They said they want to clarify things, but like, I don't know anything more than I did yesterday.
So when this came out, all hell broke loose. Alright, a bunch of commentary YouTubers and along with other YouTubers started quote tweeting and giving out their opinion as well, and it just became a complete and utter shit show. And ultimately, one of the people involved in the fight card, I think his name is Dad, but I forgot his name, basically deleted both of his Twitters, his personal Twitter and his character Twitter, so he's gone. He deleted it after refusing a fight with Sam Hyde, which, yeah, Sam Hyde wanted to fight him, but apparently Dad didn't want to because he only wants to fight, A, friends, and 2, he only wants to fight with people that are relevant or some bullshit like that. So yeah, that was nice, I guess. And would you know, Keem did another Twitter Spaces time with Sam Hyde and Froggy Fresh, and there was quite a revelations unfolded in this Twitter space. Well, first off, Froggy had stated that he still doesn't know why he was kicked out of the event, as he never got an update email, and that PR message is complete and utter horseshit, as there were no guidelines or rules that he had to follow. And really, it just boiled down to not only his response against Anissa and her mother, but also the fact that he works with Sam Hyde. Yes, Sam Hyde is his trainer, and if you guys don't know, Sam Hyde and iDubbbz don't really get along. And since Froggy Fresh is working with Sam Hyde on his boxing training, it caused a bit of problem. In the Twitter space, Froggy Fresh had brought up multiple incidents, or small incidents, however you want to look at it, with iDubbbz behind the scenes. There was one point where Froggy Fresh had uploaded a video on his Twitter with him training with Sam Hyde. Shortly after this video, iDubbbz had called him and basically asked him straightforward, is he working with Sam Hyde, or what's his relationship with him? And the whole time, Froggy Fresh just told him, yeah, I'm working with him. And this created a bit of tension between the two, where Froggy Fresh had to keep asking iDubbbz almost every day, you know, is he kicked from the event for associating with Sam Hyde? And every time he would say no, until finally when he responded to Anissa's mom, at that point he had already known he was kicked off.
Sam Hyde is the greatest comedian of all time. I'm training boxing. I was like, this is my end. I could go work with Sam Hyde. So I reach out to Sam Hyde. I'm like, yo, like you like, let's train. He's like, cool, come up. Sam Hyde retweets my video of me going to Providence. 15 minutes later, Ian's calling me. I'm getting out of the shower. I say, let me call you back in 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes goes by. I'm still like almost done getting dressed. He calls me back again. I say, hey, what's up, man? He's like, hey, hi. I seen some concerning things on your Twitter. What is your relationship with Sam Hyde? That was literally the first thing he said.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
And I said, and I was like, immediately, dude, I didn't like the tone of like feeling like I was being investigated. It felt like a police questioning. I was like, what is this, an investigation? Because I was like, whoa, so like this beef is that real? Like as soon as I'm going to meet Sam Hyde, like it's already a problem.
Is this iDubbbz, by the way? This is iDubbbz, right?
Yeah, this is Ian. And so I was like,
crazy.
Yeah, so I was like, is this an investigation? Because it was weird to me. And he was like, yeah, it actually kind of is. And I'm like, nah, bro, this isn't something I'm interested in, basically. And so I was like, no. I was like, what, this is weird, like, basically. And it just went us back and forth with me being like, nah, like, not feeling this phone call. Like, you could text me if you want. And then, like, so he started texting me, like, about, like, he's got, like, a problem, like, some drama, like, Sam Hyde said some hurtful things about him and his wife. And, oh, yeah, we're on the phone call. And he's like, Sam Hyde said some hurtful things about me and Anissa. And I'm like, dude, like, go talk to a therapist. Like, why is this my problem? Like, why are you putting do you know how many problems I already got at home? Like, do you know how many problems I have in my own life? Do you know how many problems I have in my own life? So now you're telling me, like, I can't be friends with Sam Hyde and this is your problem with him? Like, why is that my problem?
So the next thing that Froggy Fresh revealed, and this one is probably the one that pissed off everyone, as this for me also changed how I see iDubbbz nowadays. Basically, iDubbbz had sent an email, or I guess Creatorclash or whatever, sent an email telling Froggy Fresh that he needs to return the money that they gave him, which was I believe 50 grand, and not to mention that he has to stay quiet and he cannot bring it up in any shape or form about the situation, because if he does, he's gonna be sued or threaten legal action.
They wanted me to pay back the $15,000 that they sent me over the last 5 months for training, travel equipment, and stuff like that, and also like a vow of silence on the situation. And if I signed that, they would drop any potential to sue for what they believe are damages that the event has incurred. So in other words, like, we're not going to sue you if you pay back the 15 grand and you shut up about it. But like, if you don't sign this, then we can pursue to sue you based on damages that I brought to the event.
Okay.
So yeah, can you believe that? iDubbbz, the guy known for making edgy jokes not just towards people, but everything around him, culture, icons, public figures, politicians, race, religion, everything you can think of, this guy has made a joke towards you. Not to mention all the crazy skits he's done in his videos where he plastered a face onto a gnome and blasting it with a shotgun, or publicly going and shaming them for someone's chin, or going up to someone and saying the N-word in public. The guy known for doing all this stuff is suing someone for making a joke and talking about why he was kicked and all the stuff he did behind the scenes. Are you kidding me? iDubbbz was feared by many YouTubers just because of how articulated his videos were. They were a good combination of edgy jokes. They had also clown on the person, and he would get his points across that were eye-opening for some of the fans of that YouTuber. And sometimes public opinion would turn on them, and that's why videos like Rice Gum and Leafy were so damaging, because he pointed out the flaws in them while also clowning on them. That is why a lot of YouTubers were afraid of iDubbbz. He was respected in that aspect. And to see him resort to this in present day, the fact that he has denounced his fans, he has denounced all the hard work he did that people looked up to. People were inspired of him because of that content. And to see him do something like that, where he's just kicking someone out of his event and then threatening to sue them if they don't stay silent and return the money. And all for what? A simple joke that was made for a boxing event that, keep in mind, involves a little bit of trash talking. Keep in mind, it was light. It was a very light joke. And also, Anissa's mom was running her mouth against Froggy Fresh, so the fact that she didn't think Froggy Fresh was going to clap back and clown on her is just completely stupid of her. And also, I want to bring this up. Had iDubbbz been in a situation in 2016 where one of these YouTubers that he made a video on had threatened to sue him, or actually went through and made a lawsuit against him just for one of the videos he made for harassment, I bet you all the YouTubers would have been defending him instantly. They all would have backed him up. Why? Because it's stupid to sue someone over a simple fucking joke for a lot of money. And the fact that he's trying to do this, keep in mind, in this point, it's a big organization. It's a lot of money that they could use on lawyers and lawsuits. Froggy Fresh isn't a rich YouTuber. He himself has stated that he's middle class, basically. That's the best he is right now. He's got a mortgage. So the fact that iDubbbz is not only bigger than him and is able to have a lot of sources to pull this off is just complete dog shit. That's, like people have said, it's life ruination right there. Threatening to sue someone over that. Over a joke, mind you. Something that iDubbbz would have probably done himself back in 2016.
Suing someone is like, especially like as a huge organization that has a lot of money behind it, threatening to sue some kid that doesn't have millions of dollars to defend himself. That's like that's a very low thing to do to somebody. Like, it's a loss. Keem, I'm sure you've had legal problems in the past.
Yes.
It's not fun and games, man. It's fucking like life. It's like life ruining shit potentially. If a big organization or somebody with money gets you in their sights and starts throwing that shit around, that's like bullet in the head time.
Yeah, I mean that's like the worst thing ever. And
that shit's not a joke. It's not like a retweet or some kind of like, you know, funny threat or joke about someone like, oh, you're gay. It's not like that. It's like here I'll threaten to ruin you. It's not good, man.
It's like,
and over what? A joke about OnlyFans?
So to give the audience some perspective, I'm just going to throw a guess out there just because, you know, I have been sued multiple times. I've won every time. But, yeah, Froggy Fresh would be in a position where he'd have to sell his house, basically, to fight this lawsuit. Like, that would be, like, for a normal, average, middle-class person, you're going to have to sell your home to fight a lawsuit like this. Like, you're going to.
I don't know, man. This whole situation is just retarded. It really is, because it ruins the event for me, because the fact that you kick someone out over a stupid joke, keep in mind in a sport that involves trash talking, and also you're losing a lot of money that could have gone to charity, because let's be honest, iDubbbz and everyone involved in this event aren't really making any money off of it, because all of it goes to charity. Donation, ticket sales, pay-per-views, all of it goes to charity. So you're not only losing a fighter that worked hard along with his team, but also the potential fan base and revenue that could have been made for charity. And I know they themselves stated that they're going to put the 100K, you know, the one that JD made a bet on, if they put Froggy Fresh back. But I mean, whether or not they put it or not, you're still losing 100K. JD said he'd give it to charity if Froggy Fresh would be reinstated. So yeah, no matter which way you look at it, it just sucks for this event. It taints it, honestly. And the first one was really good. And the fact that this had to happen just weeks before the event is just complete dog shit. I don't even have the words to describe just because of how bad it is. Now, one thing I should mention is that in this second Twitter space, Harley, just like the first one, comes in guns blazing, trying to, you know, dispute a lot of the points that Keem, Sam Hyde, and Froggy Fresh are trying to, you know, make. And really, as you'd expected, he looks like a complete ass of himself. And it leaves abruptly, not really, you know, hearing any of their rebuttals, because he makes a lot of fucking claims, but sort of, I guess, either pussy's out or he just realizes that it's not worth it. I mean, he's going up against the commentary community, so I wouldn't blame him. But now, the outcome of this situation, really what's happened, at least the time of me making this video, Froggy Fresh is still not on the card, so I don't think he'll ever be back on it, which really sucks, because we were robbed of a fight. Froggy Fresh has stated that he's gotten offers from Misfits and Keemstar, but he says he's going to turn them down, because the reason why he joined Creatorclash is because he sees it more where that's more of his, you know, he sees it as an even playing field. If he goes to Misfits or Keem's, you know, Happy Punch, he sees it as sort of a disadvantage, because again, boxing isn't something he's done before. This is brand new to him. He doesn't want to do boxing for the rest of his life, you know. He wants to do it, but he wants to do it where it's even. Now, I know Keem did respond to him saying that he wants to set up, you know, a fight with him with Chris Raygun, maybe in one of the, you know, Misfits or a Happy Punch boxing card, which who knows when that'll happen, but who knows, maybe we will get something, because it is rumored that Happy Punch is in charge of the Misfits prelims for the May 17th fight, so who knows. I think we deserve a Froggy Fresh fight. Wherever he fights, I hope it's an even match, because honestly, this was robbed. We were robbed of a fight over a simple fucking joke, and we still don't even know who the opponent, the replacement for Chris Raygun will be. But until then, we can only speculate, at least for now. Oh yeah, and also iDubbbz and Anissa haven't said anything. Like I said, Anissa went private and sort of coped on her Twitter like always. And yeah, the fighters also on the card didn't even come to Froggy Fresh's defense. If anything, they kind of just called him out and also supported Creatorclash's, their decision. Which I'm not surprised, because I mean, they don't want to be kicked away from the event. There were some that were silent, so take that with what you will. Whether they're silent because they stand with Froggy Fresh or they just don't want to get involved. But that's up to you to decide. Anyways, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other videos. And with that being said, I am out.